You are watching ACC Network Extra. Welcome to Clackner Stadium in Charlottesville, Virginia. And boy, do we have a women's soccer match for you this afternoon. 6th-ranked Virginia searching for a rebound against the old black and gold of a surging Wake Forest side in this, one of the cathedrals of the college game. First kick is just a minute away. And welcome into the broadcast booth, Zealand Shannon alongside Virginia great Patty Foss. Peterson up ahead. You see Jarrett, McCool, Zandy, Peterson, Spanstra, and Torres all pushing against the Deacons back line. But the service not quite there from Sutton, and Hammond's looking to counter. She has options, but McClernand with a bold step forward cuts off DeMarco. And Virginia looking to counter the counter wide for Spanstra. Has a step on Hammond. Allows the defender to recover, now takes her to the right foot. Headed to the end line, ball across from Spanstra, no one's home, back post. Zandy recovers late. Dragging it to the end line again, Zandy. Across on the ground, ushered away by Perea, but Jarrett hassling has won the ball back. Sustained pressure from Virginia. Peterson, beautiful ball to the far post, and it's a goal for Virginia. Spanstra, the freshman, has given the Cavaliers the lead on a fantastic delivery from Peterson. Vaz, that's a poor pass looking for Hammond, but the left back checking into it. And Vaz is lining up something of a clearance. It's a young Wake Forest team. Vaz is also a true freshman. And she's started and played every minute in the middle of the Wake Forest back line.
When you look at the Wake Forest back line, 3 of the 4 starting every game last year, with Foz the only newcomer. She's been a bright spot for head coach Tony DeLuz, and he can't say enough good things about the spark that she's brought to this Wake Forest defensive unit.
They're very capable, but Peterson's found space again. Headed to the far post, but no one was home this time. Torres collects. What a cut by Torres. Ties Betford in a knot. Chips it back post. Zandy back across again in front. Megan McCool. And it's Virginia. 2-0. Enormous quality. There is no one else, despite the incredible depth of this Virginia team, that can take up the role Montana Sutton plays, connecting the back with the front. Sliding in, McClernand took out her own teammate, Saraki, the one that saw away a potentially dangerous situation, and now has Sarepka. Ravenna closing down pretty far up the field. Saraki looking for a through ball. Perea had to get to it. There would have been a lot of space for Sumter. Now a well-weighted ball. Ayana Du takes it over her shoulder. Virginia taking a little longer than usual to get the pressure on. Betsy Brandon from 23. Oh, what a beautiful goal! The senior with one for the highlight reel. As she had space, she had time, she wasted neither. And if you walk up and place the ball in the top corner, it will not be any better than where she hit that one. High pressure from Wake Forest, giving Virginia some problems.
Well, and you're seeing Montana Sutton already having to drop a little bit deeper to receive that ball off these center backs. See if Virginia can start to push forward, just as they are here with Courtney Peterson. Utilize those wide spaces and see if they can break that Wake Forest press.
Flags up, Jarrett's offside, but it's the right idea for the Cavaliers as Wake Forest. While Wake Forest hasn't had the majority of possession, they've kept the ball in Virginia's half the majority of these opening 4 minutes.
Well, and Tony DeLuz clearly is trying to utilize this field to shrink it on Virginia and make them play in tight spaces in and around that middle third.
Taken away by Taryn Torres. Another member of that U20 World Cup squad Laurel Ivory was on. Flips it wide for Jarrett. Trying to spread Wake Forest out. The ball back into the middle, and the workhorse Bailey Feist is waiting for it. It's a lovely touch to keep it under control and has Wake Forest moving the other direction. Betford by one. Sizing up a run at Morse, brings it to her right foot. Betford's blocked up by Sutton. Serving her defensive duties well. A strong challenge from Sutton. Knocks it wide for Spanstra. This has the edge of a match that will be close for the majority of the 90 minutes at least. McClernand Weighted ball for Peterson, who's pushed into space beautifully. Favors her left, but he'll pull it back to the right this time, looking for Jarrett, settled by Torres, 23 out, through to McCool, the shot! It's through Noni Frechette, she was offsides. Offsides, the flag is up from Julie Hyrie, the official on the far side.
And it's better from Virginia. This is promising stuff from Phoebe McClernand, starting the play, driving into that Wake Forest half of the field, slipping Peterson, and Virginia already active in possession in that attacking third. A good sign for Steve Swanson and his staff.
It's a disciplined performance from the Wake Forest defense to keep themselves forward enough, present a high enough line that McCool couldn't slip in. A bit concerning perhaps for Noni Frechette to let up a softball like that, even if it doesn't count.
Well, even if it doesn't count, you got to think that one might sneak into her head. You know, moving into this game, she wants to get comfortable on the road in an ACC match. So definitely something to look at as we move forward into this half.
How her handling progresses as we go. Laurel Ivory yet to be tested. McClernand again looking for Peterson, who's just largely unaccounted for. Virginia trying to use the triangles, a strong challenge. Left on Montana Sutton. There's a heavy foot from Giovanna DeMarco, the true freshman.
They get a look back at it here. Zealand G. DeMarco coming in tough on Montana Sutton, setting the tone here early for this Demon Deacon team.
It's part of a middle triangle. DeMarco, Feist, and Perea that Coach DeLuz says, we were talking with him yesterday, really determines how Wake Forest is going to play. If they play well, then the Deacs have a good chance. Jarrett has gotten around Ravenna, and it was last touched by the Wake Forest defender, giving Virginia its first corner of the game.
Yeah, we get an early look at the speed that Rebecca Jarrett possesses. Definitely something to look for Steve Swanson to utilize in this game. You see Phoebe McClernand looking for her early and often here in the first 7 minutes.
It'll be an outswinger from Torres, and the play seems to be on as it's gone back to McClernand, who will dump it into the mixer. A charge up from Morse. She goes down. The challenge with DeMarco, but it looked clean from our end and goes out for a goal kick. This was a crafty play drawn up by Coach Swanson.
Well, you get a look back at it. Phoebe McClernand in a good spot. She can hit that ball from distance, and definitely a little bit of danger there in the Wake Forest box.
Cavaliers trying to give the Deacs a taste of their own medicine with some high pressure. Forced a loose ball that McClernand snatched onto. Perea, a soft touch. It has driven Laurier forward, but she can't keep control with McClernand bearing down. A lot of action up the near side of the field from our view. The left side for Virginia seems to be the game plan early. Ball wide from Sutton, escapes Spanstra. Madison Hammond, the left back. Running ball kept alive by Betfort. Krug. Talked about Virginia's fullbacks pushing forward. Well, Krug, the German, certainly very good at pushing forward as well. How about that play from Westrup? Flicks her heel up and knocks it away. Would have been a brilliant ball from Krug.
Well, and Zealand, we've already seen here in
the goal for Arnersdottir on the Wake Forest side, and the shootout at the OK Corral. This time Clackner Stadium comes to a close. Virginia, the number 6 team in the country, with a 5-1 win. Final thoughts, Patty Foss. That's going to do it for us. For Patty Foss, Sean Fulton, and the crew, I'm Zealand Shannon saying so long from Clackner Stadium in Charlottesville, Virginia, where the Cavaliers win by a final score of 5-1. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks,